As we dive deeper into today's topic, keep this in mind. As you are watching this video, your body is quietly fighting a battle against time. Every cell in your body is responding to the fuel you provide, making decisions about repair, renewal, and protection against the wear and tear of everyday life. You're aging whether you realize it or not, but your plate is a powerful weapon in this internal war. If you're armed with the right foods, you can help your body win this battle. That's why understanding the true cost of what we eat is so important. Certain foods are like hidden enemies, slowly chipping away at your vitality, while others are allies, helping you thrive. Our next ally is a superhero of the antioxidant world. Meet glutathione. Might not have heard of it, but it's a heavy hitter when it comes to protecting your cells from damage. Many experts believe that boosting your glutathione levels is like turning up the volume on your body's natural defense system. And guess what? You can actually eat your way to higher levels of glutathione. But here's where things get tricky. While you can find foods rich in glutathione, like avocados, spinach, and tomatoes, your body does most of the heavy lifting. You see, your liver, the unsung hero of your digestive system, is the main factory for producing glutathione. Well, how do you support your liver to make more of this antioxidant? You need to load up on certain amino acids, the basic units of proteins. Ouch! And this is where Brazil nuts come in. It starts with the building blocks. These little powerhouses are packed with selenium, a key player in glutathione production. Just 2 nuts a day provide almost 90 micrograms of selenium, far exceeding the recommended daily intake. Another star player is N-acetylcysteine, or NAC. It helps replenish the raw materials for your liver to make glutathione. NAC is abundant in asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, beets, garlic, onion, and even watermelon. And finally, you need vitamin C, another major supporter of glutathione. This means loading up on fruits and veggies like strawberries, bell peppers, and citrus fruits. Even coffee and dark chocolate have some vitamin C. Putting it all together, you can see why a diet filled with a variety of fresh produce, plus lean protein, is so crucial for maintaining healthy glutathione levels. Not only does it fight off harmful free radicals, but it also helps detoxify your body, removing harmful substances from the environment. Higher glutathione levels mean better protection for your heart, your brain, your immune system, and even your skin. The more diverse your plant intake, the more varied the array of compounds supporting your liver in this process. So don't settle for a salad. Mix it up with a rainbow of colors. Try papaya or mango, both packed with NAC, or add sunflower seeds for a selenium boost. By diversifying your diet, you're giving your liver the best toolbox to build the ultimate antioxidant for you. Now let's talk about a group of foods you should think twice before you eat. When it comes to heart health, the advice can be confusing. We hear about cutting saturated fats and lowering cholesterol, but often we don't dig deeper into the why. Most of us know that eating lots of red meat isn't ideal for our hearts. It's high in saturated fat, which raises bad LDL cholesterol levels, clogging arteries, and increasing heart disease risks. But processed meat is a different story. Foods like bacon, sausage, deli meats, and hot dogs have been classified as Group 1 carcinogens by the World Health Organization, meaning they have sufficient evidence to be carcinogenic to humans. But why? Well, processed meat contains high levels of sodium, nitrates, and preservatives. All these additives contribute to high blood pressure, weight gain, and even insulin resistance. Now let's talk about a common heart-healthy staple, vegetable oils. They're also linked to gut health issues and may disrupt your natural microbiome, weakening your overall health. So how much of this should we avoid? Aim for less than 2 servings per week. These include canola, cottonseed, corn, and soybean oil. They're often touted as healthier alternatives to butter and lard, but they may not be the heroes we think they are, potentially leading to heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and even Alzheimer's. These oils are rich in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. In small amounts, omega-6 is needed for hormone production, brain function, and healthy skin. But too much of it compared to the good omega-3 south creates an inflammatory response in the body. To make matters worse, these oils are usually extracted using harsh solvents like hexane, which can leave toxic residues. So is the occasional salad dressing or takeout meal the end of the world? No, not necessarily. But making them a regular habit could be filling your body with unnecessary inflammation and unhealthy fats. Your heart deserves better. You can protect your heart by switching to healthier oils like extra virgin olive oil and avocado oil. They're packed with beneficial monosaturated fats, fiber, and antioxidants that reduce inflammation instead of fueling it. As for salt, try to cut back on processed foods, which often contain hidden sources of salt. Instead, season your food with fresh herbs, spices, and citrus for a flavorful, low-sodium kick. In a nutshell, think of your body as a high-performance machine that runs on the fuel you provide. Knowing which foods are truly nourishing is vital to keeping that machine humming smoothly. In fact, you can view your body as an intricate city, constantly bustling with activity. Imagine feeding the city garbage. The machinery starts to break down. Each cell, tissue, and organ has a specific role to play, from your brain and heart to your skin and hair. These roles are like jobs that need to be done for the city to function well. So what happens when we feed our bodies the wrong foods? Projects get delayed and the overall health of the city suffers. Similarly, when we eat unhealthy foods, our cells can't function optimally. Our energy levels drop, our immune system weakens, and we start feeling unwell. It's like the workers in our cellular city are striking due to poor working conditions. The constant inflammation caused by processed sugars and unhealthy fats is like a never-ending construction project in the city's center. By introducing healthy foods into the mix, you're providing your body with the resources it needs to heal and thrive. Essential services get disrupted, and the quality of life deteriorates. Diseases like diabetes and heart disease emerge as significant threats. You're essentially investing in the long-term well-being of your cellular city. The constant repairs needed to fix the damage become overwhelming. In essence, eating poorly is like neglecting your cellular city. But it's not a hopeless situation. It's like bringing in skilled workers and quality materials to repair the city and improve its functioning. When you eat well, your cells can perform their tasks efficiently, your energy levels rise, and your immune system becomes stronger. The result is a more resilient, healthier you. It's the best part. This transformation can start with just 3 simple steps. By adding leafy greens, fatty fish, and glutathione-rich foods to your daily diet, you're providing your body with the nutrients it needs to repair and renew itself. But here's the good news. Eating well doesn't have to be complicated. It's like hiring a dedicated maintenance crew to keep your cellular city in top shape. This trio of healthy foods helps reduce inflammation, protects your organs, and supports your immune system. Plus, by cutting back on harmful foods like processed meats and unhealthy oils, you're minimizing the damage and giving your body a chance to heal. Remember, small changes can lead to big results. Your journey to wellness is unique and exciting. By making conscious choices about what you eat, you're not just nourishing your body, you're investing in a better quality of life. It's a win-win situation. In the grand scheme of things, we're all terminally tech frustrated. We're bombarded with health information, but often it feels like deciphering a cryptic code. It's about making informed choices, not slavishly following rigid rules. You're not aiming for perfection. Celebrate the small wins and learn from the inevitable missteps. After all, the goal isn't to achieve an unrealistic standard. It's to enhance your quality of life and feel your best. Isn't that worth the effort? I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to share and like for more informative content. And as always, stay curious. Imagine this. You've just turned 40, 50, or even 60, and you find yourself thinking, why does everyone keep telling me I look so young? That would be a great question, wouldn't it? And the answer lies in a powerful anti-aging trio. Today, I'm thrilled to share the last member of this trio with you, because as it turns out, some of the most common foods out there are actively working against us, speeding up the very aging processes we're trying to slow down. These are the sugars that are added to foods during processing, like the ones in soda, candy, and baked goods, and are commonly found in processed foods like frozen meals, fried foods, and certain types of margarine. Trans fats are created when liquid oil is turned into solid by adding hydrogen. This process, called hydrogenation, alters the structure of the oil's fat molecules. The problem with trans fats is that they can increase inflammation in your body, contributing to conditions like heart disease and diabetes. They also have a negative impact on your brain, potentially worsening conditions like Alzheimer's disease and dementia. And here's the kicker. Replacing trans fats with saturated fats may not be a wise choice either. While saturated fats are better than trans fats, they still contribute to inflammation. Saturated fats are found in foods like butter and cream, which contain palmitic acid. This acid has been shown to increase inflammation in the gut and worsen inflammatory bowel diseases like Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. So what should you eat instead? Unsaturated fats like those found in avocados, olive oil, and fatty fish are your go-tos. These fats have anti-inflammatory properties and are beneficial for your overall health. Swap out butter for olive oil in your cooking and replace saturated fats with unsaturated ones whenever you can. The trouble with added sugar goes beyond just weight gain. We've talked about the best foods to fuel your body with and the worst ones to avoid. Remember, aging is inevitable, but that doesn't mean you have to feel like you're getting older. By making smart choices today, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Stay tuned for more health tips. It's like a hidden form of aging acceleration. When you consume large amounts of added sugar, your body breaks them down into simple sugars like glucose. This glucose gets into your bloodstream and triggers a series of reactions. Your body releases insulin to help manage this influx of sugar, but over time, this constant spike in insulin can lead to insulin resistance. This is like your body's alarm system going off repeatedly, signaling that it's being flooded with too much sugar. In response, your body starts shutting down some of its functions to protect itself. This is where the aging magic happens, or rather doesn't happen. Instead of allowing these protective mechanisms to kick in and maintain stability, your body enters a state of chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation is like a smoldering fire within your cells. Day in and day out, this low-level fire damages your cells, tissues, and organs, leaving them worn out and less efficient. Picture your cells as the engines that run the machinery of your body. With each inflammatory response, these engines get a bit dirtier, a bit less efficient. Over time, this wear and tear takes a toll on your appearance and overall health. Wrinkles and age spots emerge, your muscles lose strength, and diseases that were once distant threats start looming closer. As the years pass, the cellular damage compounds, leading to the visible signs of aging and an increased risk of age-related illnesses. One of the worst things is that this process is often silent, like a thief in the night, robbing you of your health without you even realizing it until it's too late. The scary part is that added sugars are hidden in many packaged foods, including condiments, sauces, and even some breakfast cereals. The average American consumes around 355 calories of added sugar daily, which is equivalent to 15 teaspoons. That's like adding an extra scoop of sugar to your coffee every day for an entire year. Yikes. The key here is to read labels, become a sugar detective, and cut out those hidden sugars. Opt for natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup in moderation, or go all out with the artificial sweeteners. Either way, you win. Artificial sweeteners have been shown to reduce inflammation in your gut and promote a healthy gut microbiome. This positively impacts your immune system, metabolism, and even your mental health. Make sure to check out our video on the top 5 anti-inflammatory foods for a detailed guide on incorporating these foods into your diet. First on the chopping block, this can be a tough one, but the science is crystal clear. Regularly eating red and especially processed meats is directly linked to a higher risk of chronic disease and a shorter life. Processed meat is anything that's been smoked, cured, or salted. Think bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats. The World Health Organization's Cancer Research Agency classified processed meat as a Group 1 carcinogen. That's the same category as tobacco smoke and asbestos. The data shows that eating just 50 grams of processed meat a day, that's about 2 slices of deli meat or 1 hot dog, increases the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. It's also tied to a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. On the other hand, lean protein sources like poultry, fish, beans, and nuts are your allies in healthy aging. They're packed with essential nutrients and support your body without adding the extra baggage. So while it might be hard to say goodbye to that morning bacon, it's a small price to pay for a longer, healthier life. But before we do, I want to invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to like and share this video if you think it will help someone else. You see, the not-so-secret weapon against age isn't some mystical elixir. It's science-backed lifestyle choices. If you've been with us before, you'll know we've discussed the first 2 members of this trio, regular exercise and quality sleep. If you're new here, go ahead and check out the videos after this one. You'll get to know how exercise can make you feel like you've turned back time, literally reversing your biological age by looking at your telomeres. And sleep, oh, the magic of sleep where wrinkles fade away and your body rejuvenates itself from head to toe. These are the gifts of the first two anti-aging superstars. Now it's time to meet our third and final anti-aging superstar. And guess what? It's also one of the most delicious. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. These little gems are bursting with flavor, and more importantly, with some of nature's most potent brain protectors. The key players here are flavonoids, especially a type called anthocyanins. These are the pigments that give berries their gorgeous red, blue, and purple colors. What makes them so special is their VIP pass to your brain. They can cross the blood-brain barrier, a protective wall that keeps most things out. This means they can get right to work in the parts of your brain that are critical for learning and memory. The research is stunning. One massive study followed thousands of older women for years and found that those who ate 2 or more servings of strawberries and blueberries each week had a significantly slower rate of memory decline. How much slower? The delay was up to 2.5 years. Just by enjoying a few handfuls of berries, these women essentially hit the pause button on their cognitive aging clock. How do they do it? Flavonoids crush that oxidative stress we talked about, but they also seem to improve the communication between brain cells and even encourage the growth of new ones.
Ow.
This helps your brain stay flexible and sharp. Plus, the anti-inflammatory power of berries supports your entire vascular system. That means healthier blood vessels, which is key for your heart and for making sure your brain gets all the oxygen and nutrients it needs to thrive. A serving is about a cup of fresh berries. Toss them in your oatmeal, a smoothie, or some yogurt. It's an easy and genuinely enjoyable way to keep your mind sharp for years to come. Okay, now that we've got the fuel right, let us shift gears to what we need to kick out of our plates next. Added sugars are public enemy no. 1. And finally, we have trans fats. These are often labeled as partially hydrogenated oils in food labels. That's our ultimate anti-inflammatory guide. We often hear claims that eating this or that can help us live longer. Healthier lives, eat less, and you'll live longer. Well, it turns out that there are several types of food that we should avoid as much as possible. Foods that we consume regularly contain hundreds of chemical compounds that are created through industrial processes that may be harmful to our health. In addition to these new compounds, there are also many foods that contain natural compounds that are toxic to humans. Today, we want to look at 9 types of food that you should try to avoid as much as possible. We're talking about sodas, sweetened teas, sports drinks, and fruit juices. The main culprit here is the excessive amount of added sugar, which offers no nutritional value and can wreak havoc on your health. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are essential for maintaining good health. But did you know that some fruits can also cause harm? Let us take a closer look at a few common fruits that you might want to avoid or consume in moderation. These drinks are essentially liquid calories, meaning they provide energy without filling you up. This can lead to overconsumption and weight gain. However, unripe avocados can pose a potential hazard to your health. Unripe avocados contain high levels of persin, a natural fungicide. One common parasite found in raw fish is anisakis, which can cause stomach pain, nausea, and vomiting. Additionally, some types of fish may contain harmful bacteria, such as Vibrio, which can lead to food poisoning. To prevent these issues, it's crucial to cook fish thoroughly or ensure that it's frozen to kill any potential parasites. While this compound helps protect the avocado tree from fungal infections, it can cause adverse reactions in sensitive individuals. Consuming these contaminated shellfish can lead to symptoms like fever, diarrhea, and vomiting. It's important to note that cooking shellfish thoroughly can kill most harmful bacteria. Consuming unripe avocados can lead to digestive discomfort, including nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Moreover, persin can also trigger respiratory issues, particularly in individuals with asthma or other respiratory conditions. A diet high in these types of beverages is strongly linked to type 2 diabetes because it keeps your blood sugar levels constantly high. Raw kidney beans contain a toxin called phytohemagglutinin, which can cause severe digestive distress when consumed. Many wild mushroom species contain toxins that can cause severe gastrointestinal issues, including hallucinations and organ damage. Without proper identification and preparation, Consuming wild mushrooms can lead to severe illness or even death. It's best to stick to cultivated mushrooms, which are readily available and safe for consumption. Symptoms can include nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. Cooking kidney beans properly can neutralize this toxin, making them safe for consumption. This spike in blood sugar causes massive inflammation and oxidative stress throughout your body. Some scientists even refer to this process as internal rusting, due to the damage it inflicts on cells across your body, from your brain to your skin. Raw or undercooked eggs may contain harmful bacteria like salmonella. Consuming these eggs can lead to food poisoning, causing symptoms such as fever, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. To ensure food safety, it's important to cook eggs until the whites and yolks are firmly set. Prolonged exposure to high blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels, organs, and nerves, leading to complications like heart disease, stroke, blindness, and kidney failure. Sugary drinks aren't just harmful to your physical health. They can affect your mental well-being too. Studies show that consuming large amounts of sugar can worsen memory, impair judgment, and affect concentration. Excess sugar can also disrupt sleep patterns, mood stability, and increase the risk of depression. Research suggests that people who consume sugary drinks frequently have a higher risk of developing dementia. Some studies even indicate that these drinks may lead to structural changes in the brain, causing a reduction in brain volume. This can result in cognitive decline, slower processing speed, and difficulties with problem solving and decision making. Before we start, remember that there are always exceptions. The main concern with salt isn't the salt itself, but rather the high levels of sodium that it provides. When we consume too much sodium, it can disrupt the delicate balance of fluids and minerals in our bodies, leading to dehydration and imbalances in essential electrolytes like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. This can result in symptoms like muscle cramps, weakness, and fatigue. Perhaps the most significant risk of excessive salt intake is its contribution to high blood pressure, also known as hypertension. High blood pressure can silently damage the walls of our arteries, increasing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and kidney disease. Over time, this constant strain on the cardiovascular system can lead to heart failure, where the heart struggles to pump blood effectively. To reduce the risks associated with excessive salt intake, it's crucial to monitor the amount of salt in our diets. Most adults should limit their daily sodium intake to less than 2,300 milligrams per day, with a recommended intake of less than 1,500 milligrams per day for many individuals. For example, if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you may need to continue taking certain medications that might be dangerous. We're not talking about fresh, unprocessed meat like steak. That's off the table. We're focusing on processed meats like deli meat, hot dogs, sausages, bacon, canned meat, ham, salami, and the like. The problem isn't the meat itself, but what happens to it during processing. It usually involves curing, smoking, salting, adding sugars and preservatives, and sometimes even adding a little of the other meats to stretch the product. One major issue is the use of preservatives, particularly nitrates. These chemicals help extend the shelf life of the meat products by preventing bacterial growth. However, once inside your body, they can react with other compounds to form cancer-causing compounds called nitrosamines. Studies have shown that frequent consumption of processed meats is associated with an increased risk of developing cancers such as stomach cancer, colon cancer, and even breast cancer. Another concern is the high levels of salt, or sodium, in processed meats. This can lead to high blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Moreover, these meats are usually high in unhealthy fats, saturated and trans fats, which also contribute to heart disease. Instead, opt for fresh, unprocessed meat like chicken, fish, or plant-based proteins like beans. These alternatives are generally healthier and can provide essential nutrients without the added risks. Remember, the occasional indulgence won't hurt, but making these meats a regular part of your diet could be detrimental to your health. Always consult your doctor before making any decisions about your diet or supplements. With that said, let's jump into it. No one. Processed meat. First, let's talk about processed meats. Number 2. Sugary drinks. Now let's shift our attention to sugary drinks. No. 3. Excess salt. Excessive salt consumption is a widespread dietary issue that can lead to severe health problems. Now, we all know that fruits and vegetables are good for us. No. 4. Unripe avocado. Avocados are often celebrated for their creamy texture and rich nutritional profile. No. 5. Raw kidney beans. Kidney beans are a staple in many diets around the world, but it's important to cook them thoroughly before consumption. No. 6. Wild mushrooms. Oh, some mushrooms offer health benefits. Wild mushrooms can pose risks to your well-being. No. 7. Raw or undercooked eggs. Eggs are a versatile and nutritious food, but it's crucial to cook them thoroughly to avoid potential health risks. No. 8. Raw fish. Consuming raw or undercooked fish can expose you to parasites and bacteria that can cause illness. No. 9. Certain shellfish. Some shellfish, such as clams, oysters, and mussels, can carry harmful bacteria and viruses that can cause food poisoning. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.